What is up, guys? It's Promise here. I'm back with another video, and today I want to talk about Pokemon in general. And like, what I mean in general, I mean probably all the way up to Gen 1, all the way up to Gen 8, because Pokemon has changed. Like, Pokemon has definitely changed, and there's no doubt about it. Pokemon is not how it used to be, and there's some side effects to that. And of course, you know, Pokemon is pretty much a very, very good thing, or not a good thing, but the way that the series is right now, it's not like a horrible thing. Like, Pokemon is still a playable game. Obviously, it's always gonna be a playable game because it's on like Nintendo consoles, and Nintendo consoles usually have that like seal of quality, right? But right now, I want to talk about stuff that I definitely do not want to see in Pokemon Sword and Shield. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because, well, I do not want to see them in Sword and Shield. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna go off with, off my mind, is that no, I'm not a Gen 1er. Gen 5 is my favorite Pokemon Gen game because like that's like the Pokemon generation that I grew up with. I freaking love the black and white games with all my heart. Yes, they do have some very like glaring flaws and stuff like that. But however, I do think that those are wonderful games. And same thing for Generation 4. I think those two generations are just so perfect, and they had nailed everything, or almost everything, pretty much. I love those generations. But anyway, so let's start from the very beginning. Let's start with Gen 1. Gen 1, I wasn't obviously born when Gen 1 was out, but I have played Gen 1 before through like 30th Virtual Console and emulation and ROM hack and stuff like that. Gen 1 it was actually fun for its time and everything else like that. Of course, the graphics are outdated now, but back then that was like the freaking queen of the crop. I don't even know what I was trying to say there, but it was like at the very top, you know, like it was amazing, right? Of course, that game was very, very broken. It had some very, very broken flaws and everything else like that, like the money glitch that allowed you to get like a lot of money. I think that was the payday glitch. I think you still do that now, but like, you know, to like a lesser extent. And then after that, there was like Mixino, like a whole bunch of glitch Pokemon, and on top of that, Persian was like OP because freaking because your speed stat was actually your critical stat too, which means that if you had a whole bunch of speed, you were bound to get critical hits, and that was super, super broken on some Pokemon and stuff like that. But overall, it didn't hold your hand at all. It was just a nice beginning section where you get your Pokemon, you know, get introduced to the game and how the game works and everything else like that, and then you know, grind battle, you know, go through like, you know, some like events like Team Rocket or whatever, go through the gyms, and that's pretty much the game. Besides like what, Mewtwo, and then Mew through a glitch or whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much the game. Alright, Generation 2. I actually do not know too much about Generation 2, so I'm not going to speak on this like a lot, but with Generation 2, I'm pretty sure that Generation 2 was just also a really solid all-around gen. It was kind of like Gen 1, but like with like a few added stuff and sprites and stuff like that. So that was cool. Generation 3. Now Generation 3 was a humongous step up from Generation 1 and 2. Because number one, not only was like the map bigger, a lot bigger, we had colorful sprites. We had all we had added moves, new Pokemon, new balance changes and stuff to the game. Obviously, it did hold your hand a little bit, but like barely as much as Pokemon games do now. But you know, I'm gonna get on that in a little bit. And so pretty much with those games, stuff was just like a little bit more free. It's like you can kind of do what you wanted to at the time. I'm not playing, but yeah. However, those games added a whole bunch of new stuff, a whole bunch of new sprites and stuff like that, and that game was generally awesome. It, you know, it improved on a lot of things while making the game still fun to play. Generation 4. Now, this is a lot of people's favorite generation, alright? Generation 4, yes, it was slow. However, I do kind of like that because it's kind of like nostalgic, but like also know that a lot of people do not like don't like how slow it was, the game. But honestly, oh no, I think that Generation 3 added abilities. I'm not sure. Maybe Generation 3 or 4, I'm not sure. Okay. Inhaled items and stuff like that, which is obviously a very huge thing. And pretty much with Generation 4, not only did they add, you know, more legendary Pokemon and stuff like that, which is actually a lot of more legendary Pokemon. It was pretty huge because I think it had its own anime. Do not quote me on that. I'm not sure if it actually did have its own anime, but I think it had its own anime, and it was pretty huge. And honestly, I love Gen 4 with all my heart too, because Gen 4 was a good game. However, the thing that I hate about Gen 4 is that the story, like, it was cool, I guess, and the villains, and what you call it? It wasn't Team Galactic, because Team Galactic is Gen 5. I forgot which one it was, but however, it was kind of like generic or whatever. Honestly, and wasn't like that good, right? Now, in like terms of like legendary Pokemon and stuff like that. Now, for Gen 4, it was pretty awesome, you know, because you get the, I don't know, it's just like you had a like amazing feeling of like, oh my god, I'm about to catch the Pokemon that controls space or, you know, controls time. You know, or like Demon Realm with frick, I cannot get the name right now, but you know what I mean right now. With Giratina, there you go. In Gen 1, you know, Mewtwo was, you know, quoted like the most powerful Pokemon at that time, and pretty much it's like, you know, it felt awesome catching it. With Gen 2, I have no idea how Gen 2 went. I'm pretty sure that he went on the top of Mount Silver. I'm not sure, again, do not quote me on that, but yeah, like that's awesome, right? Gen 3, Groudon's like waiting inside of a freaking volcano with lava and stuff surrounding it, and like it just feels like this ultimate grand moment, like, you know what I mean? Now with Gen 5 of legendaries, also like you know what I mean, you like spend the whole game hearing about this legendary Pokemon and how strong it is and like what it does and stuff like that, okay? And how basically two brothers were separated or something and had made like a Pokemon that had like different ideals, whatever. And I don't know, at the time it was really cool because Generation 5 story was actually really, really good, and I love that because Generation 5 story was just about, is it right to capture Pokemon? Like, are Pokemon being held captive, and should we set them free so that they can be equals as one to humans? That is a good story. Like that's kind of deep, and it can go places. Like you know, it covers the topic of Pokemon abuse, you know, which shows like literally Grunts or the evil team actually hitting Muna, which is a Pokemon, which is like a dream Pokemon, like that like career dreams or whatever, right? But like, yeah, that type of stuff. That's really deep, but you know, it made for a great and like pulling and intriguing story that you want to play over and over again, you know, pretty much. Yeah, so story wise, the first 5 games are actually pretty cool when it came to stories. I like stories and everything. Gameplay wise, so Generation 5 was, you know, sped up obviously compared to Generation 4, because Generation 4 was a lot story and everything else like that, which is why I think that Generation 5 was like the perfection of Pokemon. Like, I love Generation 5 all my heart, and that's probably gonna be forever. That's probably gonna be forever my favorite generation, if not, well, yeah, my favorite generation. Okay. Moving on, okay. Generation 6 was a huge generation for me, okay. It was just absolutely stellar to see just freaking 3D models and 3D sprites and stuff come to the 3DS. And guys, and honestly, like, there was a lot that Gen 6 did right, but there was a lot Gen 6 did wrong. Number one, holding your hand. Why does it hold your hand so much? From all the past 5 games, they have been pretty cool or like leisurely when it came to holding your hand or whatever, and letting you do whatever you wanted to do in the game or whatever. And then you have Generation 6, and it tells you everything, and it's just constantly tutorials after tutorials or speeches and talkings after and after and after until like 1/3 or like 1/4 of the game, I would say. And that's something that like you wouldn't have to deal with. But other than the hand holding, the story was, you know, pretty alright too, you know. And the ending when like Floette came back, or I think it was Floette. I have no idea what Pokemon it was. Like, I was looking for you for 1,000 years now, type thing. Yeah. So like that was pretty cool. They had added EVs and IVs as separate things, I believe. I'm not sure. And pretty much the you can train your Pokemon a lot more easily with like mini games, and they have like a Pokemon dress up stuff and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just like it added a lot of stuff, and you know, I'm okay with that because that was pretty actually cool. But other than holding your hand, pretty cool. Okay. Now, this is where we are right now. Generation 7. Pokemon Sun and Moon and Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon. Guys, I know. What about Black and White too? Oh my gosh, I thought Generation 5 was your favorite gen. Okay, guys, yes, Pokemon. Yes, Pokemon freaking Generation 5 is my favorite gen, but everything that I say about Pokemon White or Pokemon Black and White or Gen 5 in general usually is gonna go to Pokemon Black and White too. It just like improved on a lot of things from Pokemon White and and so on and stuff like that. Okay, so I did not forget about it. I don't want to see it in the comments at all. All right. So then now we have Generation 7. Generation 7 wasn't too bad except for all the hand holding. Why does it feel the need? All right. I get that this baby's first Pokemon game. Oh my god. Okay, right? But like I don't feel most people got bad tastes in their mouths left from Gen 7 because like Gen 7 was like their first Pokemon game or whatever. That's how they felt. And that kind of sucks because the Pokemon that I grew up with and everything, people didn't. Pokemon was just awesome, like straight up awesome, Now Generation 7 did add a few new Pokemon in like Aloha forms and stuff, and legendary Pokemon, the Ultra Beast. I like the story. Obviously, it doesn't even touch Pokemon. It doesn't even touch Generations 5 story. However, it was still a pretty decent story, with a pretty decent after game and everything else like that. I liked it. All right. The hand holding was just way too much. It was stupid. The game is fairly unbalanced due to a lot of things that they added in, like mythical and legendary Pokemon. They need to be toned down. Oh, another thing. Now instead of Pokemon being this awesome thing that all lore and stuff, Pokemon are just given to you now. It's just like, oh, here's an event for a freaking shiny Zygarde. Ha ha ha. We're not even gonna. Pokemon should be catched in game. Even if it's through an event, it should have a like in-game cutscene. Like, you know what I mean? Like in Generation 3 for like Deoxys or like Rayquaza or whatever. Those were pretty cool. You know what I mean? Those were events, but they were pretty cool events in general. Like, you know what I mean? And now it's like, oh, freaking check in on this month, freaking for a mythical that before was so freaking rare that you would kill your grandma for it. Not literally, but you know what I mean? Like, come on now, like that kills the gameplay for me. Okay, guys. Along with that and hackers. All right, I myself have a like hacking little thingy up here somewhere. I forgot what it was. Okay. I myself has that because hacking almost feels necessary now. It's just that like people have all these hacked shinies and strong Pokemon and all this other stuff, and it's like really hard to compete online, right? And that sucks because part of Pokemon is catching Pokemon and training them and befriending them and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? And like, yes, Pokemon can be tedious to try to to try to like level them up and stuff like that, and grind, obviously, because grinding kind of sucks, And if you want perfect IVs and stuff, you have to go catch a Pokemon like that. Keep on linking on and over and whatever until you get a shiny or a perfect set of Pokemon. Get the Destiny Bond, get the Destiny Knot, whatever, and keep on breeding it over and over and over. Yes, that's very tedious. That could be very annoying, but that's the part that makes it have so much meat, so much substance. Okay, guys, because like without that, you're just putting a Pokemon into your game, and you're like, oh, I didn't work for this, but I mean, hey, I have it, right? It makes the game feel so much more rewarding when you work for something yourself. Like, you know what I mean? It makes it feel that much better, okay? But, recent generations haven't really done that, alright, at all. And, yeah, it kind of sucks. But, with that being said, how I thought I was going to end the video. I was going to end the video. Because I'm nowhere near done. Like, the video probably can be, like, what, 20 minutes long? Because I am nowhere near done with this rant right now. But, yeah. So, with Generation Generation 8. Well, I want to see Generation 8. Definitely a lot less hand-holding. I know that hand-holding is probably going to be a thing. Oh, look at my little Pokemon. I'm pretty sure everybody has this. Okay, right, though? Getting sidetracked. However, I feel like with Generation 8, of course, I personally think that there is gonna be hand holding and stuff. There has to be holding it. I mean, because for like new kids who just bought the Nintendo Switch, a main series Pokemon game is gonna bust right through their front door, and they're gonna be like, "Oh snap! How do I play the game?" And it's gonna be a whole bunch of hand holding, guys. I know there's gonna be hand holding. There's bound to be hand holding. I just hope that there's a lot less of it, because it's very frustrating. We've been playing Pokemon for years, constantly, and like competitively and stuff like that, and it's just too much to handle. Okay. Another thing is that I really hope they just stop giving us legendaries and mythicals and stuff like that. I want there to be an in-game event, because back then it was just so much cooler, and like it felt like they actually had lore and stuff. That here's an event, let me hand you this Pokemon, like, you know what I mean? And it just doesn't feel great. It's as if I was playing a racing game, and then 3 years after the racing game came out, a new car gets released that, like, when you choose it, you automatically win the battle. It's like, oh great, now I can win almost everything. But is that really fun? No, it's not fun. It's not fun at all. So stop giving us all these broken OP stuff. And and obviously, guys, I know it's gonna be really, really hard. Like, when I mean really, really hard, I mean really, really hard to tone down over 800, 900 Pokemon. Yes, that many Pokemon. Yes, it would be to go through and stuff. But honestly, it's not too hard to see who the world threats are. I mean, like, if I can look it up, do a quick little search, you can see what Pokemon is broken, why, the held items and stuff like that. Just nerf a lot of mythicals and legendaries because it kind of stops giving normal Pokemon their own special use, like their own kinks or whatever to use during battle. So that's how I feel about that. For items and stuff, I'm pretty cool with items and stuff. Add new game modes or game modes. I would love to see a lot of more game modes and stuff. It's not necessarily a problem with the game modes and stuff, because I actually like Pokemon already how it is and stuff. Yeah. But another thing that I'm excited for is Sword and Shield, because not only is the legendaries bound to have a lot of attack or special attack and a lot of defense and special defense, but me personally, I cannot wait to see just those beautiful, gorgeous graphics. I cannot wait. I can just not wait. I'm tired of all the little pixels on my 3DS screen. I cannot wait to get to see, like, the actual gorgeous gameplay and stuff like that. Okay. Let's see. For gyms and stuff, or kahunas, I don't know what they're gonna have next, but with that, I'm pretty cool with both of them. I just wish they would add a lot more. Okay, honestly, like, this can be kind of subjective, but I would say add more strong Pokemon in the beginning of the game, because I don't want slow, grindy battles. I want battles that we're gonna have a challenge with. Okay, Pokemon in general is just a little bit too easy. Not even a little bit too easy. It's kind of easy now. And honestly, the difficulty jump. Okay, so basically, in Ultra Sun and Moon, the whole game's easy all the way through, except for when you get to Ultra Necrozma. He completely destroyed. Like, he completely goes ham, and it's like that difficulty spike is not expected for new players, and that also turns new players off, and that freaking sucks. Or they have or they have or if I get past Ultra Necrozma, you're like, oh, that was hard, and then the rest of the game is easy again. Why is it like that? Like, the difficulty should be scaled as you go along, right? And then you have, sorry guys, kind of tired. And then you have difficulty jump, not difficulty jumps. And then, like, you play through the rest of the game, and then you get to the post story or whatever, and then that's really difficult. And it's just like, you can't go to easy to godlike hard to easy to just hard. Like it should scale. And like the way that Game Freak did it, that was very bad level design. Or not level design, but game design just in general. Like, don't do that, right? So that's my rant with Pokemon and everything. What I do not want to be in the game, which is generally hand holding, them giving us mythical Pokemon. I don't want the game to be slow either. What else? I need the difficulty to be scaled, like actually scaled. I want in-game events. I want mythicals and legendaries not only to be handed to us, like actually handed to us through events and stuff, but to be nerfed a lot because normal Pokemon have started losing their purpose and being used and stuff. So yeah. But however, I do have high hopes for this game, because obviously the Nintendo Switch is way more powerful than the 3DS could ever be. And the fact that it's portable and stuff, of course, Pokemon Sword and Shield is gonna sell like hotcakes. But let's hope that it's actually good, guys. All right, that was my rant with Pokemon. What I want to see in the next game, what I want to see in the next game is probably gonna be in my next Pokemon Sword and Shield video. But yeah, this is all things that I don't want in me. Giving a brief description of everything leading up to Generation 8 and why I think that Generation 8 is so darn important, because it's on a home console, guys. What else? It's on a home console for new players, for veteran players. This game better hit hard, guys. And I'm having high expectations because Pokemon over the years has landed me down a couple times, but I really do hope that this game just brings everything together and that multiplayer is going to be amazing. The online better get better, at least a little bit better. That's something I'm going to add. The online needs to get a little bit better. But other than that, another thing is that since on Nintendo Switch, there's going to be a lot less hackers, and I love that. Okay, guys, because like I would say 70% of Pokemon Sun and Moon's or Ultra Sun and Moon's user base is hackers right now. That sucks. All right. But without further ado, this is Lost Marinos, and I am out. I don't know why I didn't put this in my video. I had a chance to, yeah, look at it, play Pokemon. No, okay. But, yeah, this is Lost Marinos, and I am out. That's enough, Stalling.